Hello everyone, Richard here, going to make a short video of my garden, October 2020, probably more for me than anybody else because I like to keep a record of how things have grown and how things look. But if you want to spend a bit of time watching this, then that'd be cool. Hope you like it. Cheers! Bit of an aerial shot from the top of the treehouse that I made recently, just the best way of showing the height of these palms here. You can sort of see how high I am based on that. That's the slide, so they're really doing a good 12-14 feet probably tall now. Phoenix canariensis, they're a gift from John Churcher many years ago. It was planted in 2010 and completely whacked by -12 that year, but happy to say it recovered and looking really nice now. Behind it, Brahea Agilis, getting really big. We've had a few mild winters in a trot which has helped it. I think one particularly bad cold one would kill it off, but in the meantime I'm enjoying having it. And apologies in advance for the mess. Not had a lot of time to spend in the garden the last 2 years. There's a view down the far end to the greenhouse there. A couple of trackies, bits of beauties and things buried in there. Behind the trampoline, got lots of trackies planted in there, so in a few years' time that might be a nice little vista. Just a shot showing the height. That last bit was made standing on there. So I'm going to start in the greenhouse. Bit overcrowded, believe it or not. I've actually had a massive clear out this year and got rid of a lot of plants, but then I don't know, they seem to just multiply themselves. Got lots of seedlings coming along here. I have missed irrigation all the way along that keeps them watered, so I have to do very little now, thankfully, to keep this place running. A few nice seedlings here. Some Nickel back at the back there, Ceroxylon at the very back in that area there. These are Waggy seedlings from this year's seeds. Didn't water them, or rather the irrigation stopped and I didn't notice, so they've only just started germinating. This palm here is Parajabea crossed with Jabea. It does alright. I'm just still trying to get it out of the blocks really. I know others that have done a bit better. I think I need to try something different with that one this year. Maybe put it outside for the summer. Many Waggy seedlings here from a couple of years ago, crop. Don't know what to do with those, and a few various hybrids. I've got a Bootier cross Lito here that I know a couple of the other guys have. If I just get that out, I like this one. Patrick, I don't think is too keen, but I actually like that. I think it's quite a nice representation of the two parents. Does look quite Bootier-like, but like a dwarf Bootier, no doubt about that. And that's pretty much it for the greenhouse. Mostly seedlings that I'm bringing on, and then I'll have to think of something to do with them. This palm here is the Princeps hybrid that came from Nigel. The light's behind it, but you can see the white of the leaf backs. This thing is really good palm. I really like it because it doesn't have any of the drawbacks of Princeps. Doesn't fall over, doesn't rot. Very quick, very reliable, cold hardy. Definitely one to try if you're looking for something, and it's quite attractive as well. It's got very Princeps-like trunk, completely unlike any of the sort of regular trackies, Fortunii, Waggies, etc. And back here's an old Camerops there. That died, that main stump, but it's come back from the base. Been there 10 years. A couple of interesting things in this bed here. That one at the back there that you can just see through the space. This one is Butia jabea F1 hybrid, and it's been crashed into by a parajabea that's been planted for 5 years, never protected, completely neglected, frankly, and does really well. Not a palm, but this is nice. Impatiens tinctora, possibly tinctoria. Tony, if you're watching this, I've got one ready to send to you, promise you. Only took me about 2 years. And then here is a Juwania that actually spear pulled a couple of years ago, but has grown up really nicely now. That's probably 6 foot, my height roughly now. And then my original Princeps back here, clearly identifiable from the leaf backs. That is been planted, believe it or not, about 10-12 years. Fell over, you can just see the original stump to the left. Slowly but surely grew back from the base, and now it's turning into really quite a beautiful palm. Look how white that is against the green of the leaf. If I pull this leaf here down, you can get that comparison. Looks really great. Beautiful palm, just very slow. There's the original base down in here. I can probably pull that up now. Yeah, nice though. This yucca was a gift from Bill, I think, quite a while ago. Lovely colour on the leaves. Lovely shape as well, very attractive. And back there, my original Ariaspatha, planted in 2007, believe it or not. He's done very little since then. Actually, it pretty much died in 2010, and that all is just long, slow recovery back to life. That would have been trunking by now if we hadn't got waxed that winter. Nice palm, but it's slow. Slowest Butia by a long stretch. Over here, as well as many children's toys, we've got probably my favourite bamboo, which is Pilostachys Aureocalis spectabilis, I think it's called. What I normally do, and what I haven't done this year, or last year, is trim these leaves off to show off the canes, and probably thin the canes out as well. So there's a few dead ones in there. I just haven't had time to do that. It's a rubbish excuse, but that's the one I'm going with. But when the canes get space, the side that faces the sun turns beautiful rose red colour. Really nice to look at. That's my favourite bamboo. And next to it is the cordyline here. That's starting to, oops, drop the phone, starting to chunk up a bit nice. Probably a couple of feet of trunk on that one. Looks like one of them's died off down there at the back. But the leaves are really big on this thing. And again, another plant that does well with neglect. Just completely ignore it. There you go, that's a good size of the leaf. You can see my hand against it, and then the size of the overall thing. Quite a nice looking plant. I bought that 8 years ago in Pan Global Plants. Just like picked it up because I like the look of it, and yeah, stick with that one. There's that phoenix, this palm here from John Churcher. Like I say, doing well. 12, 14 feet. Beautiful cerifera at the front. Absolutely hard as nails. Definitely one to plant, as long as you don't mind these daggers that grace the petioles all the way down. But look at the colour of it. Look at the shape of it. Needs a trim. Looks better for a good trim. These things, you can see the trunks come through. Beautiful architectural plant, and next to it a volcano. Probably a bit too close to it, in as much as they cancel each other out a bit. They'd be better off showing themselves off separately. And then behind that, the Edulis that I mentioned. I don't know if you can quite get the scale, but that's easily 2 feet of trunk, if not more. And what, probably 18 inches base diameter, so I think that's going up now. I'm just waiting for a stonking winter to kill it off, because I don't think these are that hardy. The leaves are absolutely huge. If I do this, I can sort of just about tell how big them things are. Massive things. And it grows really quick, actually. Very good in that regard. In fact, good in every regard. Looks great. Fast grower, just not that hardy, I don't think. Cycas revoluta, reliably hardy here. Been planted 12 years, I think. Been through all the low temperature events in the 2010 and 2009 and so on. Just does well. Really nice, solid. It's fallen over. That's the only downside to this thing. It was planted vertically. I'm not going to dig it up now though. back is a rostrata, doesn't get any water or anything, and sort of seems to enjoy that. And next to it, one of my top 3 palms easily, Butea parajabea coccoides. Can't quite get the scale from that, but it's easily, I mean, this is me at head height, it's probably 8-9 feet now. That's what it is behind the weeds. Sorry for the mess. There's a label there showing you what it is. Trunk sizes coming up nicely, you can see. Probably 9 inches, something like that. Don't know why, but it was revert to inches and feet for plants. Everything else is using the correct measurements. Another Princeps here. That was actually planted a lot sooner than the original one. It's probably grown bigger than it. Nice plant. Haven't had any problems with that one, funnily enough. Don't want to tempt fate. This is one of Nigel's Buteagris. Kept it in a pot because I'm not sure where to put it, to be honest with you. But I like it. It's definitely a hybrid, and it's definitely chunkier than the normal, if you want to say, Buteagris. Now at the back here I've got various Trachycarpus. Most of them probably just Fortunei or variants of Fortunei. But there is one here that I'm not sure about. It's got a very thin trunk and it's very atoliated. Looks like it is anyway, and the leaves are kind of in 2 parts. I don't think it's Gemini-sectus, in fact it can't be. And also it doesn't seem to like the wind, but then they never do. This is one that I think is a waggy. It was bought as Fortunei many years ago. I think it's a waggy. And then there's another back there which has got the kind of the 2 sort of pairs of leaves. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what that is either. Probably just variants of Fortunei. But it's okay. And then this one here does all right. Doesn't get too much wind here, so the leaves are fairly nice. The Parajabea sunca that actually came from Patrick a long time ago. Also kept in a pot. I want to plant that out. That's going to be one of next year's plants in one of the last few spaces I've probably got in the garden. I do like that plant a lot, and I think it's going to do well when it's planted out. I don't think they enjoy being in a pot much. And behind it here, another one of my probably top 3. I've got probably 5 or 6 in the top 3, obviously. Doesn't everyone? Jabutia, F1 Jabu. I mean, you can see the size of that trunk. That's a good 12-inch easily, and the leaves are just gorgeous. Look, let me get a shot of these leaves against the sky without falling over. Look at that, gorgeous plant, and that's just getting better and better as it grows. Only slight concern with that is where I've put it is going to outgrow that corner spot, but we shall see. There's this year's bounty of grapes. Don't think we'll be making too much wine with those, but it's nice to have a go in it for a laugh. There we go. Look at that thing. Now I'm going round. Sorry, I meant to say now I'm going round the front, past this Joannia that's in a pot that also spear pulled and has also recovered. First palm we come to is Butea jabea crossed with Syagrus, so a Butea jabea female hybrid with Syagrus pollinating it. Bigger than it probably this video makes it look, to be honest with you. I can't get anywhere near reaching the top, even standing on my tiptoes, etc. It's turning into a very handsome looking plant. I'm going to get a view of that from another angle. So that's probably double my height easily. The banana there has just gone mad. Thought I might have had some bananas on it this year, but didn't. There's, what's his name? Tim Hopper, Buteagris. So this is very similar. That's Butea jabea Syagrus. That one is Jabea Butea Syagrus. But to me, the look of this is more like a Jabea Syagrus than the Butea jabea Syagrus. Nice looking plant. Doesn't grow anywhere near as fast There's a Debayasagrus, but I mean that's my height now, 6 feet, and that was a strap leaf in 2010, I think we bought them. Oh, Bitsia here does well, flowered beautifully this summer. Afraid there's no flowers left on it to put on the video. In the front I got a couple of waggies. This one here is a male, this one here is a female. So every year I'm able to produce seed, as you can see from that one there. There's plenty going on there, should have a nice crop in April, May time. And there's a cordyline in there, but the other favourite palm of mine is this Debayasagrus back here. It's absolutely massive now. I mean, you can see it's nearly up to that upstairs window, the bottom of it. Now I don't know what that is, probably 12 feet or something like that, a bit more maybe. I can't reach the top of the leaves now, and I'm 6 foot with my arm raised. So that's got to be 9 feet at least. Again, a bit concerned about where I've planted it. It's touching the house already, but I'll worry about that later. It's too nice to get stressed about this thing. Love it, absolutely love it, and that goes so quickly. And that is actually pretty much the end. Hope you enjoyed that. Leave you with the shot in the palms in the sun in October.